You see, taking the charismatic approach is more than just good manners.
Hey guys, how you doing? It's kind of a two-part here to a video, my last video. That shows a couple days worth of almost consecutive games and gameplay of various tanks. And I hope you check out that last video. This is like a continuation of that. It's showing a few games where you guys on my team step up. And in this first example, a guy steps up and actually physically gets between me and the enemy, and in an effort to help me out. He sees what's happening, throws his tank in there to try and help out, which is a very rare occurrence for me to have a guy like that on my team. But what often happens when guys do that is they kind of change the angle on me. In order to keep shooting, I have to change my angle because the enemy team it will continue to shoot right past him. I say this many times in my and I've shown it before in my videos. Right here's another example. They'll shoot right past him to continue to fire upon me because the focus is on me until I'm out of the way. Then they start shooting at. In this case, the guy here came to help me at E75. So he, God bless him, he came to help. He forces me to change my angle in order to keep, shooting. And the enemy team still focuses me out. But the guys who are up the middle there, kind of coming back toward these guys who are shooting at us, me and that E75. The E75 is pretty much untouched right to this point, and then they of course start shooting at him, but the guys in the middle come up and catch them from the back, and it's game over for the enemy team there. Now those kind of scenarios should happen. You think tactically they should happen all the time, but I'm going to show you I think these first 4 games are examples of that, where guys eventually do stand up and get involved and win the game. And then the last 2 examples again are guys who are just gonna take a step back once again and do what they do and hide at the back and play like it's not a team game. Not at all. And the reason I've talked about this in my videos before, the reason they do that is they get rewarded for that kind of nonsense. I'm going to do a video where I have a bunch of screenshots and maybe put it together with some gameplay where I'm taking just huge amount of hits in comparison to the rest of the team. Here I think I take more hits than almost everybody else on the team, or if not everybody else on the team here in some of these examples that I show, but it's not the huge numbers like I'm talking 20, 30 hits, these high tier tanks. And that's not with that 249, that light tank, which screws that everything up that way now with its Gatling gun. Hits, the number of hits you took now are meaningless with that thing in a match, but before that came into the game, I'm talking about screen saved examples of just the number of shots blocked and number of hits taken, which I think should count in a team game, team combat game. If the guns, it's pretty simple. If the if the enemy team then have that many guns aimed at one guy, and the artillery guys are aimed at one guy, me, that means they're not aimed at you. So you should be able to take advantage of that. Should happen all the time, but again, tactical geniuses, and they don't do anything, right? They're just hiding, not doing a thing, because they're not rewarded. Only guys who think in a with a team mentality take advantage of that. Only guys who take advantage of that. Who say, hey, they're shooting at that guy, they're not shooting at me. That means I can go in there and have like a free lunch, damage, maybe even a few kills. But a guy who doesn't have a team mentality, that won't even enter into his head. So the last couple of examples, you know, if you're on a team with guys too many guys who don't have a team mentality, or too many guys who are just working on stars on their barrel because they were told that's a sign of a good player, which is of course bullshit. It's a sign of a selfish prick. not a good player at all. Most of the time they're absolutely useless. Whenever they're outnumbered, whenever they're getting shot at and pressured, they fold like a cheap tent. So but a good player, a guy with a team mentality, should be able to take advantage of that every single time. But there's not many of those kind of guys in this game. At least not that get put on my team by Wargaming's matchmaker. So the last two matches will show examples of that, where guys are just playing doing their own selfish thing, couldn't care less about the team. As I said, if those guys are platooned, if you have too many of them on their team, or if they're a top tier in a top tier tank, and you needed that top tier tank to be involved because the enemy's team, top tier guys, top tier heavy tanks or TDs or whatever the case may be, are involved in the game, well, then you're gonna lose, of course. So I see that Wargaming is working on a bunch of things, meaningless things, when they should be this. And in previous videos I've talked about guys who've left this game. Totally given up on it. Just like they have in World of Warships, because of artillery, sky cancer, because of 6.0, tons of guys left because of this thing now, this 249. Guys are freaking saying that enough is enough. This is ridiculous. Obviously Wargaming doesn't play their own game in multiplayer public matches if they let this 249 into the game. So they've totally screwed up that, and I would argue that they also have no intention, no realization that the end game reward system here is total bullshit. It needs to be stripped to the bone and totally redone, because it tends to reward selfish players rather than guys who are focused on doing what it takes for the team to win. I'm sure some of you will understand what I'm talking about. Some of you won't have a clue what I'm talking about. But this Wargaming doesn't capture that. Wargaming doesn't capture that. They don't, because they have no idea what a team is. These guys have never been in a team in their life. They're freaking programmers, right? So, state of the end, I have the ultimate team in his field, Warrior. A quote from him, one of the best quotes I think out there. So please stay to the end and listen for that. And he sums up exactly what I mean when I'm talking about the difference between a team and selfish guy who has no concept of the team, even though he may be on a team. And this is supposed to be, Wargaming sells this as a team game, a team combat game, right? Which it is, of course, if you played it, you know it's not. Because the reward system does not reward team play. They're a team concept. It rewards a selfish concept, a me concept. Just me. Like there's nobody else there with you. That's what it rewards. That's what needs to be fixed about this game. That's why guys have left fucking World of Warships, because it's like 10 times worse in that game. Guys hiding until the end game. The end game nonsense where the game's already won or lost. And you just emerge at the end in order to rack up some damage or maybe get a couple kills. But the game is decided by the time these guys decide to get involved. Totally selfish. They do that because they know that this Wargaming sandwich artist team who designed the reward system will reward them for that. For doing that. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. It needs to be changed. I believe that's why, red-blooded American and Canadian guys don't think like that. They're saying this game is fucked, right? And it is fucked. The reward system of this game is completely fucked. But Wargaming doesn't know that. Wargaming has no intentions that I saw. They're fiddly farting around with other little things that they're going to change. What's coming. Meaningless shit. When they should be totally scrapping this reward system. Reward a guy who's trying to win the game. Not a guy who's trying to rack up something for a star on his fucking gun barrel. Meaningless shit. Anyhow, so that's the rant. Stay to the end. You'll see two examples of teams that where too many guys are playing the selfish thing, doing the selfish thing, and the enemy team is not. Therefore, it's a straightforward victory for the enemy team. So again, I'm showing you a little bit of what it means for a team, to, even if they're late at doing it, they do finally step up. And a team, the difference between too many individuals on your team, you don't even think of stepping up. They're just playing the end game, selfish nonsense. That's all they're interested in. And they get rewarded by Wargaming sandwich artist team who designed this reward system before that. To me, that's why guys have left World of Warships in huge numbers, and that's why you're seeing so many bots in World of Tanks. It was Sky Cancer. It was 6.0. It was the introduction of that 249. If Wargaming actually played their game in multiplayer matches, that thing would never have gotten approved to come into the game. And I'm gonna put a compilation video together of where I show screenshots of me getting hit like 20, 30 times in a game, taking thousands of block damage. And hard to get any reward for that, which is complete nonsense in a team combat game. And this was pre that 249 or 248, 249, I think that the light tank is called, right? Which makes hits now meaningless because of that Gatling gun on it. So anytime that's in a match with you, hits taken are meaningless statistic. Yeah, guys, thanks for listening to the rant. Stay to the end. And Wargaming once again is going down just bizarre tracks, trying to, work on things that are meaningless in this game when they should work on what's killing it.
Let's get this show on the road.
The reward system of this game is the latest, not the latest, the consistent from beginning to end thing that's slowly killing off this game. Red-blooded boys, with testosterone running through their veins, they're gonna say, what the fuck is this? Guys who've been on a team, they're gonna say, what the fuck is this? Alright, and then they're not gonna stick with the game. You're gonna get nothing but pussies who think that a star on their barrel is a sign of a good player. You're gonna get those kind of guys who stick with this game. Complete idiots who've never been on a fucking team in their life. They don't know what it is. And the sandwich artist team at Wargaming is going to reward them for that. Therefore, you're going to have, good guys leaving this game. Not sticking with it. Not investing time and effort and an obscene amount of money that an idiot like me has, over the years.
Focus attention here.
Anyhow, guys, thanks for listening to the rant. For the ultimate rant from a true warrior, I believe, in his field, stay to the very end. Thank you.
I will not tolerate players that think it's about them when it's about the team. This is how I believe, okay? I'm from the old school. I believe this. It is more about them than it is about the team. Cannot play with them. Cannot win with them. Cannot coach with them. Can't do it.
Question, do you know what makes you special?